Not likely that I'll ever get my shit together. Half my life I felt like I was under the weather. All my future endeavors I fall from dawn. Getting flipped up in the train tracks. Never wanna take those days back. I know I was young, I was living my life like a goddamn idiot. Started shit and we finished it. At least I lived my life with style. I no longer feel so I feel the fire again. I feel a spark inside my heart. I feel alive again. I feel the fire again. I feel a spark inside my heart. I feel alive again. I feel the fire, it burns. I feel the fire again. I feel a spark inside my heart. I feel alive again. You know I miss the boys that are out in San Cruz. Some days wish I lived on the moon. Never had to meet another douchebag. Think back to when I met the boys age 19. We were living on Chamber Street, fucking it up in the December. Never could have canceled all the times we cheated dead. I'll be standing here with my head, my heart, my spirit, somewhat sick. Really should have canceled all the times that we got faded. That my brain might get downgraded. Thank God, I think I'm feeling alright. I feel the fire again. I feel a spark inside my heart. I feel alive again. I feel the fire again. I feel a spark inside my heart. I feel alive again. I feel the fire, it burns. I feel the fire again. I feel a spark inside my heart. I feel alive again. I just got sick of the lose, so I decided to grow. Yeah, decided to glue. Sick of the lows. I just got sick of the blows, so I decided to grow. Yeah, decided to glue. Sick of the lows. I just got sick of the lows, so I decided to grow. Yeah, decided to glue. Sick of the lows. Can no one know I've been staying over? Fucked this so long, I'm finally sober. To the edge, I've been drawing closer. Lately I'm a loner, a stoner, a loser. You're a fucking poser, alone, life for no one. Love to act so talented, reality you've got none. I don't like sex so much, I'm honest. You just crave attention, that clown life is dumb shit. Yeah, I really wanna fade away. Nothing really matters in the end when we fade away. Fade away, all night I will lie awake. I just wanna find a way to make you stay, to make you stay. I just wanna levitate, don't hesitate to make you wait. I just wanna fuck you till my bones and blood disintegrate. I just wanna touch you, feel your best friend, fuck that, it's over. So many moments never found their closure. Alone, lazy fucking stoner. Lately I've been thinking this was destined to be over. Yeah, fucking pussy, so sick listening to groaning. About damn time you man up to mistakes, about time you own them. I've been feeling lonesome, alone, and so homesick. Driving home, reflecting past 3 months, that shit was toxic. Everlasting, truly everlasting.
When that happens. Hold on. Is that working? Alright, it's working. Sorry about that. I had a mic problem for a quick second. What's up, everybody? Sorry about the no stream on Monday. Market's kind of dead. Kind of dead. Like, I don't know. It's not really doing a whole lot. I'll try and keep the streams more. I've been just busy and whatnot, but today, got Savage. He's in here right now. He's muted. He's muted. I'll unmute him in a second. Just wanted to talk about a few things before we get started. First and foremost, thank you to all of you who tune into the stream, like the tweets, participate in Discord. It really means a lot. We are in for a very, very cold and possibly long bear market. I will continue to provide the content. You don't have to worry about that, but I like the fact that people are still sticking around. With that said, what up, Cheese? With that said, today's monthly close. There's clearly some fuckery happening in the charts. A couple other announcements forgot to mention. So, trading class. Now is your time if you want to learn how to trade. That way you can go into the next like right before the bull market, because there will be a couple big swings, and then into the bull market. You can learn how to trade that. This is life-changing money we're talking about. My system is not very hard to learn. It's very easy, very stress-free. The sign up for that is tomorrow. You can sign up really whenever, but sign up tomorrow. Classes start next week. It's a 4-month-long course, 16 weeks, 2 sessions a week. I had 45 or 50 students in the past, maybe even more. About 45 to 50 students in the past. There are Patreon testimonials if you have any questions, or you can DM me. Again, do not sign up right now. Don't be that guy that signs up right now and then messages me tomorrow when you get double billed. The way Patreon works is they charge you when you sign up, and then after that, it's the first of every month moving forward. So make sure, I'm trying to do you guys a favor, make sure you sign up September 1st or moving forward. Or, let's say you're like, I don't want to sign up in September. I want to sign up in October. Sign up October 1st, not September 30th or 31st, whatever. Let's see who else is in here. Ark, what's up? Tell him to get some sun and hit the gym. Life's beautiful. Oh, no, he likes life. He just makes... Like, some of his music's really good and upbeat. Some of it's, like, darker. I mean, he makes all kinds of stuff. What's up, Seven? Market's in equilibrium. One side of the trade is about to get their faces ripped off very soon. I think we're gonna dump. Real quick, well, hold on. Let me figure this out because Savage is also streaming right now, and I don't want to like interrupt him. Let's see if what he's talking about real quick. If he's Mr. Savage charts. Let's see what he's talking about.
You heard it right here.
Watch this.
Roman will tell you too. The bottom is not it, fam. The bottom is not it. The bottom is
Hey, Savage.
right around there. That's the main cluster.
Savage.
Yo, what up, Roman?
I just
You hear
yelled in
me?
my mic. Yo, it's good, dude. You ready?
Hold on.
I just yelled in my mic.
Hold on, I have to unmute you on on Discord. I forgot. Here we go. Yo, what's up, dude? How's it going? No, I don't even have a 2 month option. I just see the 1 month looks. Oh, this is Binance. There was all that wash trading at the beginning. Oh wow. Jeez. Oh, they can't hear you speaking. Whatever reason, they can't hear you speaking. I don't know why it's not. Yeah, I have to add. I don't know. It's always worked in. Oh, I wonder if it's. Hold on. I wonder if it's yeah. So I changed my whole audio system, and that's what's happening. So audio output. Yeah. I'm adding the channel from Discord. I had to redo my whole. I had to redo my whole like. Shit. I don't know why this isn't working. So when I add to Streamlabs, when I add the source, does it have to be input or output? Because I'm pretty sure it's output, right? Because nothing says output. I can try input. Gotta be input. Let's see. No, it's not. Oh, you know what? I might have to change the actual sourcing in Discord. Someone just told me. Who said it? Add audio channel from Discord? Yeah, I'm trying to do that. I can't figure out. Oh, it's Steel Arctis chat. Okay, that's. Yeah, sorry guys. I changed all my audio. Like I got a new headset, bought new audio equipment, like all that, and for whatever reason, it changed everything. Bro, this is crazy. Oh my god. I hate this, dude. Okay, so it's audio output and then I just got to change it to chat. All right, they should. Can you say something, Savage? No, it's still not working, bro. Fuck. Right now.
Yo.
Yeah. Okay. Now it's working.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's weird, dude. I don't. Yeah, sorry guys. I don't know. I literally bought a new whole audio system and it wasn't working. Savage, you were talking about the quarterly close and you were talking about the wick candle. Do you mind repeating it?
Yeah, so right, look, the 2 month and the 4 month close today. I was shilling the 2 month originally, and then someone in my chat who's been following me for a long time, over a year, he was like, no, the 4 month closes today. That's kind of the biggest close. So I always zoom, when we have these huge closes, I always look at the biggest close. So the 4 month closes, that's 2/3 of the year at this point, right? So we have 1/3 left of the yearly that left. And if you look at that, all we have to do on this yearly, the high of this candle was 19,666. So all they have to do is close it over 19.7K, right? On the 4 month for it to be okay, holding support, right? But what's crazy about this chart is if you look down, it looks like we want to tap the top of one of those candles. Now, the top of one of those candles is like 13.9, which means in the next 4 months, I highly expect, probably over 60% chance, that we're going to see a tap of 14K, 13.9 minimum.
I hope so.
Because you see this liquidity in this candle, and you're like, God, dude, as bad as the S&P looks, again, you go to S&P 4 month. I mean, it's the 4 month S&P is basically a hanging man. The 2 month looks like absolute dog shit. The bottom's not in, but it doesn't mean that we can't play a little bit higher for the liquidity. I think most people just don't expect that. Like, every pump is for the big people to get out, and you're sitting there as a small guy being like, should I sell? And by this point, you're basically too late for selling, right? Like, if you've been holding since 40K, as you would say, probably, like, you're too late to get out. So you're just trying to get out and hold what you have left. But it's crazy how low we're probably going to go. It's crazy.
Have you ever seen the S&P 500 with the different moving averages?
Yeah. You saw the 200 EMA?
Yeah, so I have 2008 versus I have 2008. Here, let me share my screen.
I would love to see it. I'll throw it up.
Forgetting to do that. Here you go.
Yep, perfect.
So I have 2008, and then the current, right? Oh, this is the weekly. That's why. So you have the 200 daily, right? And
yep.
I'm not really like a fractal person, but this is pretty wild. We also have, for any of you guys that know like general charting patterns, you have 3 descending peaks and you have a head and shoulders. So here you have a double top in 2008 with 3 descending peaks. Usually after the third peak, you actually dump really, really hard. I can show an example on it in Bitcoin too, but here you have 1, 2, 3. So you have your head and shoulders here, which broke down. Ultimately, this was a retest of the neckline.
Yeah.
For weeks, I had been saying we're probably going to bounce. I didn't think we'd go that high, but we did. Crazy little bounce, but we also rejected the 200 in 2008, rejected the 200, made the third peak. We made the third peak here. I'm fully expecting a pretty bad market crash. I don't know if that will be the bottom or not. And I hate to be the guy that's like, oh, the bottom won't be in even if we crash really hard. But a lot of people think that, and you can chime in whenever, a lot of people think that this recession is driven by inflation and like cost of goods, or I don't even know if they're factoring in like cost of living going up, because inflationary numbers are completely bullshit. Like they don't even put in like half the things that people use day to day. I'm pretty sure it's just housing. I don't know if food's in there.
No, especially now. I mean,
and they can pick and choose. Yeah, they can also pick and choose.
The inflation data hasn't changed in 50 years, but now in the last 50 years, we have technology, we have electricity, internet. I mean, we have all these different variables, and inflation hasn't changed in 50 years, but the data at least. And here we have like all these new things. I mean, I totally agree. I totally agree with you.
Yeah, but I think this is going to be mainly driven by one, credit. Like everyone I know and their mother has financed something or financing something, taken a loan out recently, and I know a lot of people and they're really proud about it. And while they were really proud, I was laughing at them and they got mad when I laugh at them. I know so many people that have bought houses in the last couple months and last year, completely stupid. You're buying at the top, like while all of these younger people that have no idea what's going on, or even just people in general, it doesn't have to just be younger people.
Foreign money, a lot of foreign money too, Roman.
Yeah,
A lot of foreign money, like because the dollar got weak for a while, there in the beginning for the last couple of years until now, until the last year, right?
yeah. So one of my mods and analysts, his name is Cheese Clock, great guy. If you ever up late need something to do and we have a Discord call, we all get hammered and talk about trading, and then it usually leads into aliens. It's pretty funny. But he goes, credit, energy, job losses, wait for it. And that's what I think too. I've been trying to figure out, I'm like, what is going to cause the crash? And I've been saying it for a while, it's a domino effect. And the more I've thought about it, one, California's about to have blackouts from all of the energy outages and energy costs that they have. I don't know if you've seen that in the news.
No.
That's huge. Second, job losses. I think a lot of people are going to get laid off. You and I talked briefly. We both think that, or at least I had said, and you agreed, a lot of people, young and middle-aged, have kind of gone into this workforce in this huge bull market and just asked, I want a pay raise. I'm not going to work with you unless you do this, that, and this. And now it's going to flip from a employee market to an employer market, where now the employer is like, oh, you want this? Well, I'm not giving it to you, because there will be more supply of people. Because you have to remember, people are going to get laid off, a lot. Yeah. Company earnings are going to suck. Companies only do better when they can loan money as well. That's how they expand their business. And some of it's based off capital, but a lot of it's based off, hey, I'm going to go to the bank, take $1 million loans, invest it in this sector of my business, and hire 20, 30 people. And that's just not happening. The rates are going up and getting higher. And frankly, I also think that everything is so goddamn expensive now. Dude, I went to some shithole sushi place with my girlfriend. She wanted to get sushi. She's like, I'll pay for it. And I was like, oh, you don't have to pay for it. It's okay. Dude, we go and it's just shit sushi, whatever. It's like college sushi. You know what I'm talking about? It's
they throw a bunch of water on that rice to get all clumpy and
I don't know. I mean, it was good, but it was good, but it wasn't.
Yeah, it was good. It
was good, but I was I left man, I wish I had eaten something else. To be honest. But yeah, dude, we went and it was $120. We got 3 roll. We got 2 rolls and fried rice, and then 2 drinks.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't live in
that's Manhattan price.
I don't live in Manhattan, bro. I live in the Midwest. I'm in the Midwest right now, which is cheap as shit. I went to the grocery store and same thing. Bought Cheez-Its, bread, lunch meat. Dude, it was $150. I was how do normal people pay for this? How are there so many people in the store right now? They just keep opening credit cards and keep getting more credit. Wild.
Yeah. Well, it's like you said, it's going to burst. The bubble's going to burst. So what's interesting about this is that I literally was talking about the weekly 200 EMA. So very similar point.
Wait, you're talking about Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin 200?
Yeah, S&P. No, the S&P. You're looking at Bitcoin right there, the 1, 2, 3. It's just confluence really with you, and I'll delete the whole chart, whatever. But we'll go over here the weekly 200 EMA. It's supposed to be the fast EMA, right? And if you go back to just take out the COVID dip, we'll call that an outlier, right? That most people don't realize the COVID dip is an outlier, right? It's black swan event. You don't, as a normal chartist for long-term trend, you won't usually play that into consideration. And you go over here to January 2016, and you just look at how we tap that 200 EMA. Look at that. We're just it's so clean. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, this is December.
And then we had, and then we had the bump up to 2019 where we tapped it perfectly again. Then take out the COVID dip completely, right?
Yeah.
And you look at the top, right? We literally retested perfectly the S&P. I'm using SPX. I think
I'm
basically the
using
same thing.
I think it's SPX is the signal
Yeah.
or signal.
Yeah.
It's S&P 500 index.
But the weekly 200, the weekly 200 EMA was like tapped perfectly. And you go back over to 2008, the same point you were making. We had the dead cat bounce right there at the 200 EMA, and then we made a little bump, and then we fell deep. And that 1, 2, 3, the exact same thing you were just talking about. It's so funny because we talked about it last night on stream. And it was like, dude, this is what's happening. It really is what's happening. And the crazy part is like you said, there's been 12 years of uptrend in the legacy markets. Bitcoin has been around for less than that time, basically 12 years. You could argue 11 to 10 years for public. And as soon as it sees some type of dip, as soon as we see below that 200 EMA on legacy markets, S&P, Dow Jones, NASDAQ, whatever, it doesn't even matter. Bitcoin's going to see some pain. And people are like, normally, I told people this a year ago. I honestly thought the bottom was like 24K a year ago. But things change, right? Like things change. And then you're like, dude, 24K? That ain't a discount anymore, you know? And you know how to chart, you know how to TA, you've looked at the long term. And I'm 36. I know you're a little bit younger, but regardless, I just respect the fact that you have done your research. There's a lot of young people out there that are like, well, we're just going to keep going up. I'm like, dude, 1 6-month pullback with the highest inflation you've ever fucking seen in your life, with the rate increases higher than you've ever seen in your life since the 90s, basically. How are you gonna say the bottom's in? You know, like this is not like some black swan event. This is just the beginning. And you go to the weekly S&P, you can draw a straight, perfect trend line on that weekly top. It's perfect. Just go at the very, very top. Zoom in at the very, very top.
Oh, you mean like I have one there.
Yeah, you got it. You have it. You have it there. The 1, 2, 3. There you go. It's perfect. It's so clean. Go to Apple, which should be the best asset you could own. It has that same trend line.
Really?
The exact same trend line. Yeah, I pulled it up right here on my stream. But exact same trend line. I actually took puts. The price of Apple was $174 when I took these puts. I took a strike price of 170, which gave me a discount. Okay, 166 was break even. Today we're at 156. I mean, like, it's been. Dude. I bought 10 contracts. It's like it's close to $60,000 in a week. Well, I took the puts last Friday, actually.
Dude, you remember when Bitcoin dumped from
Fridays.
It was like 32K or whatever, like all the way down to 17, like 3 or 4 days. Dude,
Yeah.
I had a trading student. He's wild. Like, he watches charts. He was like trading all the time, bro. And I was like, just hold your short. Dude, he made like $500,000 off that. And he was like, oh my God, dude, he was flipping out. I have a couple of like high ballers in the Discord, and we had a guy make like 30 mil off of it. It was fucking wild. Like, he helps me run the Discord. He's a young guy. But that rundown was huge. I don't know. I think we have another big rundown. Like,
we do. Don't even doubt it, Roman.
I'm not doubting it. No, I'm just wondering if it's going to be a knife. Like, if it's just going to knife or it's just a slow bleed. But I think it is going to take like earnings or some shit or job losses. Like, it's going to take something to be like, okay, we're all fucked. Like, it's
Q4,
not like,
Christmas. I think it's going to be Christmas. Like, honestly, this is what I would say. Like, I liked how you started your stream, which was like you showed that 1, 2, 3 kind of like a baby bump drop, right? Like, the baby bump is it. We're going to see a lower low on the weekly.
So you think
just like that fractal,
like
same,
this,
yeah, exactly, just like that fractal,
like
and then it's just dump, then it goes lower, and we're gonna see some type of. I'm guessing probably like 2,900, very bottom. I'm hoping S&P. I'm hoping that would make a lot of sense. 2,900. You just look at like the cluster right there of price action. I don't see it filling out the entire wick down to COVID, but I do see. I would definitely be buying. I'm already buying.
I'm buying like dude. So I was originally gonna DCA like $1,000 a week, and I was like, I don't know. That's not a good idea. And so now I'm doing like $100 a week. I'm just waiting. Once we get much lower, much lower. Plus, I also think the next run up is going to be massive. I really do think when we
Oh
bottom,
yeah.
because a lot more people are interested in finance now. A lot more people are investing. You have Robinhood, Coinbase. I mean, I know I just said two generic apps, but there's hundreds of them. Like the accessibility to get into the market, it's not like you have to phone up your stockbroker on wherever, whatever company and say, hey, I'd like to buy XYZ. You can literally do it yourself. I think a lot more people are getting into finance. It's just readily available. So when we do bottom and it starts to slowly drift up and then retail starts to like FOMO in, I think crypto, like, now granted, not all crypto, I think really you got to be really careful with what you pick to invest in. But if you stick with Bitcoin and Ethereum, bro, you're talking about taking $10,000 and turning it into millions in a very, very short amount of time. And I'm not trying to be that moon boy unrealistic person, but this stuff is now readily available. It will most likely be regulated. Once it gets regulated, and a lot of crypto people are like,
Yeah. I can't wait,
regulation.
dude.
They're like, regulation,
No,
that's horrible.
we
No,
don't.
that is the single best thing that can happen to crypto. Because all of
No,
these
for real. I
all of
agree.
these funds and all of these people that are like,
Scams, dude. The fucking Luna
dude.
G's and shit, dude.
Well, then all these funds, they won't get fucked if they put their money into a project they believe in. All of these
Yep.
you guys have to remember, JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs don't own all the money in the world. They have a lot of money, they do, but there are hundreds and thousands of angel investment firms, small private, not even small, they could be $100 million account, private equity funds, big companies that just want to like import crypto into their system. Like Rockstar Games want to do some shit with NFTs and crypto. So all of these companies want to get in, and maybe some of them are, but I can guarantee you that interest goes up 100-fold if there is regulation in this market. No one wants to buy a Luna and get absolutely hosed and lose 100% of their investment. There's always risk in every investment, but the whole Luna thing, yeah, that can't happen. Like you can't. The guy that tells the company to invest in Luna and then the Luna goes from existing to not existing anymore. Yeah, he loses his job and probably gets like assassinated. Like,
You know what's interesting about that is the BitConnect issue, right? We had the BitConnect thing. It was a big thing. They only came to hold these people accountable a year ago. Like within a year or two ago, I remember that one of the top influencers, shillers, whatever you want to call it, like people on the social media that was selling um, uh, BitConnect, they got prosecuted here in the United States, and they weren't even the lead. They didn't have any, besides the fact that they got incentive to sell this coin, they got held accountable. And I think that I agree with you, man. Regulation is the best thing you can see. It
so
really is.
I do have two questions. So one, they're
Yep.
actually pretty
Yep.
good questions. So, and you can answer first. So someone said, what do you think will happen if we get like a Fed coin, like a Fed stable coin, specifically to USDT? Well, Savage, you can go first. I'll let you answer.
Yeah, I'd love to. Actually, so my mentor is not big on Twitter. He's got 1,000 followers, probably all because of me shilling him. But old guy, probably got about a dozen splints in his heart at this point. Doesn't not big on any type of social media. A legend, in my opinion. He told me over a year ago that the U.S. dollar was going to be reset, and I didn't understand this. Like, and people talked about this big, great reset, like well after we had a relationship. I think what's going to happen, honestly, Roman, is they're going to come out with some digital token coin that's backed by the U.S. like the reserve, like the Federal Reserve, and it's going to be just backed like a FDIC insured bank accounts. And what's going to do is it's going to put a lot of these Tether and all these other coins out of commission, and it's going to have this big shift in the market. But regardless of what happens, they'll be able to reset some of the inflation with that. That's how I see it.
Also, be able
know
to
that sounds,
regulate it
yeah, regulate it. I mean,
and
obviously,
tax the fuck out of people that have been avoiding taxes.
yeah, and now well, at this point, if you've ever, I don't know if you followed Zach XPT, but
Oh yeah, I
dude,
do.
that dude can fucking track down a dollar bill you pissed on out in the middle of fucking public. I mean, that dude's crazy. Like he knows all the new tech and all the new shit to track it because everything's trackable, really, essential exchanges. But if you know what you're doing, you can wash still your money, and that's kind of the big thing. But I think regulation is the best thing for it. I want it. I want to see it. I've been waiting to see it since 2017. I don't know about you. Go ahead. Go
Yeah.
ahead. Make your point.
I absolutely agree with you. I think one, if the federal government makes like a US, let's say they just buy USDT and it's,
Yeah.
they fully FDIC insure it, whatever. I think that's great because then you don't have everyone worried if we're going to have a, UST fallout where people lose all their money. Like that's the fear, right? I don't think USDT is going anywhere. If USDT doesn't exist, crypto doesn't exist.
Yeah.
You have to remember, like these little UST and whatever the fuck else, like they're little tiny rowboats. USDT is an aircraft carrier. If the little rowboats go down, it doesn't matter. Like they can be replaced. Another rowboat can be dropped in the water. It's all good, whatever. If the aircraft carrier goes down, you lose the battle. Like you are done. You're out. But I do have another question, which you'll like this one. So this guy says, I guess I'll go first this time. He says, what are your thoughts on like the likes of Income Sharks? Do you know who Income Sharks is?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, he's a jackass.
Yeah.
He says he thinks we have
he's always wrong,
and we'll have a midterm rally. So one, I think a lot of these people with a lot of followers just kind of say what's like trending, like what's like if you have to remember, trading for a lot of people when they first get started is very emotional. If you lost a lot of money or you wanted to know or you were under stress and you wanted to know where the price of Bitcoin was going and you didn't have a lot of experience, you go to YouTube and the first video that comes up is Carl the Moon Boy with his fat ass mouth open that could hold an elephant dick. Like it's in that, and then you click on it and then you go to his Twitter and then you get all his other shit and he gets all the likes and engagement. And why does he get that? Because he's gained popularity by just posting relevant stuff. If Bitcoin has a red week, he's saying, "Oh, Bitcoin's going to crash," and then it bounces a day later. Why? Because he's literally just posting on your emotional charge. As for someone like Income Sharks or there's so many people that do this shit. And one, Income Sharks has probably been right a couple of times and called a big call that he probably didn't even trade. So he gained a big following, and because he has a big following, when you have to remember the Twitter algorithm, when someone likes a post 1,000 times, and you search Bitcoin or trading, that's the first tweet you see. So he just continues to keep gaining and gaining followers, and just keep hurting people. He's blocked me because I've literally gone after him. Like, dude, you want to come on my stream and debate? And he blocked me, and I've also roasted him way too many times. But as for all of these kind of influencer people, a lot of them have no idea what they're doing. They're not posting analysis. They're doing this. And we talk about this a lot on my stream. They go like this. They go, "Oh my God, the Bitcoin 2-month. This is they'll go, get a clean chart. They'll go, "Oh my God, Bitcoin 2-month. This is a doji reversal. We're going to do that." Like, does that make any fucking sense to you in the macro environment we're in?
No.
Like, does that make
no body? Are you fucking kidding me, bro? It'd be different. It would be different. If they had that body on the bottom end.
It would be different if this didn't exist.
Yeah, well, and that green candle in the 2-month, right? If it had body underneath it with very little wick, it was basically an upside down, what we call a hanging man on a bearish pattern. If it was an upside down hanging man, which we call a reverse hammer, yes, that's something we could talk about. Look at the volume. You get the volume right up there. People are like, don't always play volume, blah, blah, blah. Dude, the fucking volume doesn't say. There's no buyers. People aren't buying Bitcoin right now, like at the bottom. They're buying equities. They're buying Tesla. They're buying fucking these big assets. I mean, people are fucking they're clueless.
Actually,
they're clueless.
I think people are taking money out of their trading account to pay for bills. At least retail.
I will just say this. institutions are taking the money out of the institutions because what's happening is people are scared to pull out their 401k. They're like, nah, I'm not gonna pull out my 401k, and then the institutions continue to pull out. This is all manipulated, like you said when we were down here the first time. This is all manipulated pump up to 24k. We've come down here, the institutions sell. Retail will come and buy. Retail being like mom and pop who are in their 70s, living off this retirement off their 401k. They'll come in here, buy some more with some extra cash with whatever they've had. You brought up Income Shark. Here's my stream right here. Here's the message I wrote him. I wrote this message on May 13th, 2022. This message, in fact, I'm going to stream.
Yeah. Do it on Discord so I can see it.
Yeah. No. It's okay. This message, fam, was May 13th, 2022. It was right after Income Sharp had predicted accumulation at 40K, okay? Luna crash comes, even though you were wrong at 36K. This is Savage generally writing a nice message to somebody who I don't give a fuck about. And I didn't agree with you.
Van Lagen? That guy's an idiot.
Even
dude, that guy is a complete fool.
Oh, dude, you want to see what I roast him, bro? I roast him.
Yeah, I have too. And he was like, "Oh, I guess I'll follow him and see when he's wrong." And this kid was so wrong, it wasn't even funny.
Dude, I fucking legit. I did not tell him. I said, "What about the D wave?" He goes, "What D wave?" I go, "D's nuts."
Oh, I saw that. That was pretty funny. I did see that.
Dude, the guy's fucking. And the funny thing is, people hate on Tony. Tony, in my opinion, is like the best.
He blocked me. I trolled on him so bad.
No, dude, he's honestly
he
like
probably is. I was back.
No, he hustles. He hustles hard. Like on the hustle side, it's a hustle side, but the other side is like he has a reputation to back it up. It's not like just hustling some garbage. This guy's the best, in my opinion, the best Elliott Wave trader I've ever met. I started following Tony at 1,300 followers, Roman. Back in 2019, he had 1,300 followers. I have like 10. He started following me. I won a lot of money off of Tony. This guy like dedicated his life to like learning Elliott Wave, and he breaks it down all the way down to that 5-minute, and he knows what he's doing, and it's crazy, dude. I mean, but like I'm not gonna lie, like he's a hustler. He milked his fame, and like anybody else would. And
oh god, you've talked to Martaverse too, dude. That chick's an idiot. Oh my god.
So even like here's Income Shark, right? But this is what I could totally seeing happen. We're gonna come down here 14K. Early next year, we're going to come up into 28, 29K, 30K. We'll come back down, and then we could go all the way as high as like 42,
you think we go fucking low?
Oh yeah, bro. You know why I think this? Because okay, here's the 2 months, right? We'll just back it up real quick. I'm going to take away a couple errors. Whatever. Take these arrows away. Let's fuck around. All right, while you were talking. Here's the 2 month, right? It's closing today. The 2 month is really the 3 month. So the 3 month closes in 1 month, but like all we're doing in the last 2 months, this is what it looks like, right? We have 1 month left to make something of this candle. You can admit, and you just talked about it, the 2 month is fucking bearish. This is a fucking bearish candle. There's nothing bullish about that candle. That's a flat ass candle.
People say that's a doji reversal, but you have a huge body. Like the only way a reversal confirms itself is if the next candle gets over the last body candle. So that body candle goes up to what is that, like 30K all the way up there?
Yeah,
no, 36K.
Yeah,
no, that's 30.
Yeah.
Let me open up my 2 month.
Oh, you mean this one? Yeah.
It goes all the way up to 38K. So essentially, for this doji reversal to confirm, which people say, "Oh my God, doji reversal." First of all, everything's a potential until this happened. So what I'm saying is, you're expecting a 106% gain.
Yeah, not happening.
Son of the worst economic factor. Like
no way.
It's music to my ears that Powell finally says we're fucked. He literally last Friday he finally came out and said we're fucked. There's no shot. We're fucked. That's what he said. And I know it's big words, and everyone was confused. And oh my God, they're not gonna tighten or whatever the fuck. My butthole's tight. Whatever, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a
Yeah.
shit. I don't care what he says anymore because half the shit's a lie. He works for the Democratic Party. Like, it doesn't, politics aside, he's working for politicians who lie to people on a daily basis. Like, this doesn't take, like, people are thinking, like, oh, Powell's going to save us. Oh, Powell's going to do this. One man can't fix what 340 million people have done in the last 12 years, which is drive up credit card debt, buy things they can't afford, and ultimately our government has printed an ungodly amount of money that is not backed by anything that needs to go down. These are things that one man and one policy are not going to fix. This is at least a 3 to 5 year fix at minimum. Yeah. That's talking best case scenario. This is not like people think that the inflation rate's like an altcoin and that there's no repercussions. There are 10,000% repercussions that are from what is going to happen moving forward. You have people like you have cost of goods going up eventually, and you have to think about it this way: people are paying for credit, they're buying shit right now, whatever. They're racking up credit card debt. What happens when the Jolly Green Giant emails them and says, "Hey, you owe XYZ, you need to pay it," and this person's like, "I'm broke." Okay, but that's one person. Now multiply it by 100 million people. Like, how does that sound? And that's what I've been trying to tell people. They're like, oh, well, maybe the bottom's in, maybe that. I'm like, think about it this way. Take 100 million people, take all of those people, and now they can't pay their debts off. What happens after that? This isn't an institutional thing. And I know a lot of companies are down bad too. But this isn't an institutional thing. This is hundreds of millions of people in tens of thousands of debt that they cannot pay off. This is far worse than 2008. This is like I hate to say it, and I know a lot of people are really milking the Great Depression crash, but it really does sound like a 1929 situation where everyone's paying for shit they can't afford.
Yep. I agree. And what's funny about that is, or not funny in the sense, is that I have a homie I grew up with, my class in high school, and he's a housing developer, and he told me straight up, like, basically what's happening is all these people that Biden, like, said, like, oh, it's okay if you don't pay your mortgage, blah blah blah, that bubble's bursting, and it's gonna be brutal.
I wouldn't be shocked if it's not profitable to build houses here soon, because you eventually, like, cost of goods are up so high that, and you have to remember, demand will eventually be so low for houses that let's say it costs $100,000 to build a house, but people are only willing to pay $75,000 for a house because demand is so low and supply is so high. That's when it becomes all those people, all those construction workers, the lumber companies, stone, kitchen appliances, everything like that, wiped. They go out of, not necessarily go out of business, but they do less business. And people don't think about the domino effect of what is coming and what is going to happen if this shit doesn't get fixed tomorrow, which it's not. 20 years of kicking down the can down the road. Absolutely. Tony hustles hard, but $25,000 or $2,500 per tweet for shilling any project. Dude, if you shill projects, I'm just not into it. I've been offered $10,000 to shill a project, and I'm just like, no, I'm not doing that unless it's something solid that I can back. I'm not into it. Small builders in my area.
Roman, you there?
Yeah, I am.
So I put up a fractal on my stream.
Yeah,
2 months fractal. And it just makes sense to me. Like, obviously, neither one of us are bullish right here. Something like this, I guess.
It's very possible.
Right. It was the same 2 month fractal down here. And the lows being, and I calculated this by fibs, and I'm not a big fib player, but I always check the fibs. I'm always like fucking around with them. And 5,300 seems like a probable bottom. And people are like, 5,300, blah, blah, blah. There's so many people that are like, dude,
if we had 5,300, I'd probably buy like 10 Bitcoin off the rip.
Off the rip. And the funny thing is, though, like with COVID, no one thought we were going to hit that low either. And look at what the 1-2 month candle on COVID right there. Look at that beautiful candle. It's like fucking, it's the God wick right there, right in the bottom. And we could easily see something like that if something crazy happened. And I think people just need to keep their mind open. And a lot of the reason I think this is probable, because if you look at the same price action over here at the top, same price action over here, right? We had closed below this, hit the bottom. This is kind of the bottom, and we keep going up higher. But like this would make the most sense in the recession, going into recession.
It could. That's like the crypto savvy fractal for sure. I don't know. I mean, I'm open to opinions. Like if we go that low, I'll buy a lot. I
guess I didn't show that one.
Like
it's getting high up there.
If we go that low, I'll buy a lot. I do. I am bullish on Bitcoin long term. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think it's going anywhere. And a lot of people think, oh, well, what if it doesn't exist after a recession? I'm like, dude, people didn't even know Bitcoin existed until like 2017. Like,
yeah.
Most people that are in this space or invest in crypto had no idea Bitcoin was a thing until 2017. There were people investing in Bitcoin because they were bullish on it, like way before it was anything, way before it was worth $100. And that was when it was in a place where it could literally go nowhere. It could do nothing ever. It was being used to buy drugs off the dark web for the most part. And got a lot of bad press. And I don't think recession is going to make crypto go away. I don't think really anything's going to make it go away. And personally, I think Bitcoin and Ethereum are handling this recession and the stock market crash as expected. It's a volatile asset. It's speculative. It's obviously going to dump a lot more. You also have to remember the S&P 500 is probably going to dump at least 40%. So where does that put Bitcoin? I would say 80 to 85%. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that puts it at like 9K.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah. And no one knows, right? Like I tell people, like, I have a strategy, which is I'm deploying 60% of my cash under 20K between a range. And that 60% is broken down in a simple range, just in spot buying between 20 and 16K. Now people are like, well, save some fucking powder for the lower. I go, I got 40% lower, but I'm not going to miss out on, the dips. And I'm a long-term investor. I'm young. You're young. If you're a young investor, you're not worried about what happens this year or next year. You're buying at prices already 30% of the price of all-time high. Like Solana right now is $30. It was $240, fam. Like, it's a no-brainer. You buy Solana right now because this could be this could be a lifetime buy. And you just DCA and it's not about catching the bottom. It's about being smart with your money. What people don't understand is we weren't buying at 40K, Roman. Like me and you weren't buying at 40K. We said this lower's coming in. It's coming. And so if you were buying at 40K, maybe you would have that rush to buy at 20K and like bring your dollar cost average in lower. But fuck, man, just take your time. Go get, like you said, if you get bored, go get another cash job and milk this shit, because this is a lifetime opportunity, in my opinion. Buying anything under 20K, crypto, Bitcoin.
You guys see that? That's crazy.
Solana under 40, even 30 right now. I think Solana's at 30 right now. 32
so
at most. But buying these, they could go down to 10. But if you buy at 10 to 30 instead of buying at 80 to 100, I mean, what are we talking about? We're pennies and nickels. Oh shit. Yo, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh shit. Everyone on Roman's stream heard me, but not on my own stream. It's all right. I muted myself.
It's the audio issues, man. That's how I started my stream. Like, I was telling everyone I bought new audio equipment, bought a new headset, like all that, and just completely screwed my whole system up. But it is what it is. Yeah, I mean,
that's so funny. Like you heard it all, because I thought I was talking to myself for an entire minute.
No, I literally heard.
I saw my chat going, see, Sam, you're muted. I was like, fuck, dude, go watch Roman's stream later, fam. He's got everything I just said. Fuck.
No, absolutely. So, I will do one more thing. So I have the daily, just like a midterm, since we did kind of like long term out. What do you think these last couple of days have kind of indicated? Like, do you think that we're going to go lower, like the next lower leg is in, or or not in, but do you think it's coming, or do you believe that maybe another bounce, maybe like 22, 21.5, something like that?
I'm glad you asked that.
And I'll pull your Discord up so people can see.
Yeah, so this is what I noticed, right? Like with just the monthly, we'll start with the monthly first. We actually have higher lows. It's kind of crazy, like right. The last time I saw these higher lows was on the quarterly last summer. So look at this higher lows.
Time
now,
to
this
eat
is the quarterly,
East, man. What?
right? Higher lows, right? When you had a little bounce to 69K, which I was like, it's so funny. When we met, we were way past this candle. And me and you both happened to, I looked at your history, your streams and all that stuff. We were both bearish from 46K up to 69K because we were like, dude, this is bearish. How the fuck is this pumping, you know? And so, yeah, we were bullish here. We were bearish at like most of this wick, and it ended up being bearish, of course. But you go over here, just the 3 month or the monthly. It's this very similar. So we've built these higher, like these wicks, right? Like these higher lows. Obviously, you know the higher lows. Very basic on the monthly. We're in a range, like, and I'm gonna play this range for what it is. I see this is kind of the similar thing I see
Just
playing
dudes
out.
being
So we go
dudes.
down to
Yo,
the weekly.
I'll be on Apex here soon,
And
Factor.
we're gonna play this range, right? I see this playing out. I really do. And so we just had this play out. So let's say we're here and then here kind of situation fractal wise. And I hate playing fractals in that sense, but something like this. And I actually expect it to be a little bit higher. So we'll make some type of like higher high, I guess, on the midterm. 26, 27K, nothing crazy, nothing super bullish, and then we're going to go dump. That would be the best case scenario. Regardless what happens, I still think we're going to see a low. The lows aren't in. And I'm okay buying spot here. But again, I'm only putting 60% of my cash at the spot. And, 200 EMA here in the weekly. You go to 200 EMA on the S&P again. Here it is. We bounced it perfectly. We go back here to 2008. The last time we lost that 2000 fucking that weekly 200 EMA, we had that dead cat bounce, the exact same factor you posted, and we had the low. I think that's coming. I really do think that's coming. So, I'm buying some now, but I'm not putting my full stack of cards on. I'm not putting my full stack of chips, on this hand, right? Like it's just there's no way. But I'm not gonna also miss the lows. I'm not like Sailor who's DCing at like 46K either.
No, that guy's an idiot. He's also being investigated for tax fraud.
I love to see it. Love to see it. Like he's sitting there. DC humidity is at all-time high, and this motherfucker doesn't want to pay his taxes to get rid of that humidity. I can't even go visit the monument of Lincoln, like because that's how hot that motherfucker is. 6 months out of the year. I mean, shit, dude. Pay your taxes. He's got like private citizens.
He's a billionaire. Like why not? Like why are you such a greedy bastard?
Dude. I think he's on the spectrum, dude. He's a clown, dude.
He's a weird. I think he does a lot of drugs. I think a lot of drugs.
Yeah. Regardless, like he's lonely. Like you do that many drugs and you're that late in life. I mean, he's in mid-50s, late 50s. He doesn't have a family. He doesn't have a wife. He doesn't have kids.
He has nothing.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like, dude, you're fucking lonely, bro. Like at that point, you're lonely. I thought about this on the way home. I go, what would I do today if I didn't have kids? I'm walking home with the kids from the playground, and I was like, I'd be playing video games. And I realized I was that exact GIF from South Park playing World of Warcraft with all the pimples on my face. I was that GIF. I was like, okay, so when you're in your mid 40s, the late 40s, 50s, and you're a single dude with no kids, you're basically playing video games at that age. And like, dude, it's either playing video games or you have a real life. And like, for me, I chose the real life. Like, they're hard, but fuck, man, I have a boy and a girl and they're both they're both magnificent, and they're fucking both bitch and
No, dude,
including my wife, and I love my wife, but
that's good to hear it, dude. Just wait. Well, not just wait. I'm with a Puerto Rican girl, and she's nuts. So great girl, but Jesus, dude, sometimes I'm just like, oh, I need to go play Apex or something. Nah, man. I was
all the time in the world, bro.
Yeah, dude. No, I appreciate you having you on, man. We gotta do it again. I need to go make food. I have not eaten yet, but yeah, dude. No, I appreciate having you on. I know my viewers like seeing you, and Discord likes having you on too. But yeah, any final thoughts before I kind of close it out?
Nah, Roman, I appreciate you having me, and I appreciate having you, and we gotta make this happen more often.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
it. Like let's like just plan before the end of September. We're gonna have another one of these. I think the people want to see it. We're the most realistic. Neither one of us was calling for fucking 28K. That's what it comes down to, and people need to realize like we're realistic. We've studied our macro economics, and we're not going into this like new all-time high within the next year, period. Like we could throw our nuts on the fucking table right now and tell you that we're not going into a new all-time high. I'm coming up, babe, but I appreciate you. Yeah, it's my daughter.
Oh, dude, perfect timing.
Yeah, perfect timing. But anyways, I appreciate you, Roman. We're gonna make this happen again. All right.
Yeah, dude, take it easy, man. Have a nice night.
You too, my man.
Take
Later.
it easy. All right, guys. I'm gonna end it there. Always nice to have Savage on. Love that guy. Good guy. Always has everyone's best interests in mind. A couple things. I know I said it earlier in the beginning of the stream. Trading classes. Make sure you sign up. September 1st, moving forward. We are going to begin next Tuesday. It's a 4-month-long course, 16 weeks. 2 sessions a week. They're about an hour to 2 hours long. It just depends on what we're going over that way. Sometimes a little less, sometimes a little more, whatever. They are recorded, so if you live in Europe and you have to, maybe view that video that's posted, it'll be, it'll be live, but it'll be posted around 6 p.m. So shot around 5. Post around 6, 7 p.m. depending on how long the session is. You can always watch it. There is a private chat with me and all of my analysts. If you have a question, we will answer it in a very, very timely manner. Also, forgot to mention, Bitkit is still doing the trading competition with me, private trading competition. I will be participating. I would like to see who wins the competition. I'm going to use a much smaller amount and probably day trade during the competition. It will be percentage gain based, not dollar amount. So if you trade with, $100 and let's say you make 500%, you could potentially win the competition. With all that said, guys, I don't really have anything else to say. I will most likely be streaming Friday. It really depends. My brother's coming in from New York, and I might go fishing with him. So it kind of depends. But with all that said, guys, please be patient, use risk management, and good luck trading.